What's up, everybody? Alexander Fibonacci, the day trading champ, and we got the market opening tomorrow, so we got to be ready. So that's why I'm making this video. It's going to be the best chart pattern to utilize this week. Guys, it's going to be a very volatile market, so if you know how to trade it, it's going to be extremely profitable. With that being said, I'm going to go into some of the intricacies that come with the pattern so you can really understand it, but I'm not going to be able to get into everything in just one video. So when it comes to risk management, that's going to be your own strategy. I'm not going to teach you how to risk manage. Hopefully you can find that somewhere else. But in this video, I'm going to teach you how the chart pattern works and how to actually take advantage of it and understand it and not make the mistakes that a lot of people do with it. With that being said, let's get right into it. Alright guys, before we can actually get into the chart pattern, you need to first understand the market condition. It is because the market condition that this chart pattern is so effective and powerful right now. So you know what's going on, right? We crashed in March, obviously, and now we've regained all those losses and we are surging through all-time highs for like 6 days straight, okay? I think it was 6 out of 7 days we surged towards all-time highs. And then we finally have this correction, which, by the way, we predicted this correction and reversal before it happened. You can go back on the channel and see that video. We did post it before the market opened and we did call it, but that's besides the point, guys. The point is that the overall market condition is we're at all-time highs and there's lots of selling pressure right now. All of a sudden, there's a threat. People do believe that there could be a crash. And what does that mean? That means that the chart pattern we're using is the double top pattern. Now, the powerfulness in the double top comes with the major sell-off, the second top, okay? So I'm going to get into how exactly this chart pattern works right now. So as an options trader, we all know that time is a very valuable asset that comes with the contracts. The longer it takes for you to reach the strike price, the less value your contracts are going to accumulate. So the great thing about double tops is you get very sharp and quick sell-offs, which makes your option contracts very profitable in a short amount of time. Now look at this drop compared to this rise. This drop is much more significant and much faster than the rise, guys. This is a Lamborghini. This is a Toyota. This is why I say you got to get over your fear of shorting and learn how to, guys, because there's opportunities on both sides. No matter what kind of market we're in, you can still short stocks when they're going to all-time highs, and you can still buy calls on anytime, okay? Stocks are going to go up, stocks are going to go down, and that's why it's my job as a shark to try to stress to you the importance to be able to trade to both sides. So if you didn't know that stocks drop faster than they rise, you now know that, and you do know that your contracts will accumulate value faster if you can time the drop. So with that being said, I hope you understand. Now going into this double top chart pattern, which is the chart pattern that we're going to be talking about, is very profitable if you can time your entry and exit right. Now let's get into what actually makes a double top a double top. Pretty much you're meeting two price levels at the same point, around the same level, okay? And the first time you get to a point, it gets rejected. The price gets rejected. The buyers no longer want the stock at that price, so you reject it hard, okay? That's the first good sign in a good double top that could form, is whenever you reject the first top hard and it's clear to see that at a certain level, buyers no longer want it. Now, one left out factor that I see people don't actually realize is that whenever you get to this first level, this means that people want to get out. They don't want it at this price anymore. So what does that mean? There are people trying to take profits at this level. So you got lots of people who have limit orders set here to sell their stock at that price, but say it never reaches the level because it already started dropping. That means all these people who had orders to sell their stock here did not get filled, which is what makes the second top so powerful. By the time you get to the second top, all of these sell orders do get filled, and boom, that's what causes the rapid sell-off, which is extremely profitable. Now, a lot of people don't even realize that. A lot of people think, oh, it's just this chart pattern, but you have to understand that a chart pattern is pretty much just a way that buyers and sellers are trading, okay? So it tells a story, just some people don't understand the story, but now you understand how it actually works, and now you can use that to your advantage. So when you're trading, you can ask yourself, hey, does it look like the buyers are going to overpower the sellers, and are we going to break through this level? When you ask this question, it becomes a lot more logical instead of looking at numbers and time and sales and all these other things. You just make it more logical. Does it look strong? Are we trading up on high volume? And if it is, then you're most likely going to break through that top. But if you start seeing these candles to form, these big wicks forming as you reach that top, it's showing you that there's not much strength to get past that level, which is a great time to get into your short position. That's what gives you confidence to get in the position. So now you actually understand how the double top works and why people are selling on that second top. A lot of people won't really explain that. I don't even think a lot of people actually understand it, guys. They just say short the double top. But whenever you lose a trade, you want to know why you lost a trade, okay? So now you know that if you were to lose a trade, then you would know it wasn't a double top. Why? Because the buyers were exceeding the sellers and there just was more strength than there was weakness in the stock, okay? So now you're actually going to understand why the price went above your top and why it wasn't a top. So hopefully that's going to be helpful and you're going to be able to really determine some good trades after you get a good feel for it and you start trading these. So with that being said, guys, we've noticed this double top formation a lot in the pre-market with a lot of these stocks. So here's another example, Amazon double top, okay? So here it's kind of a weird top, right? Because it's consolidating, but after it consolidates, it breaks down. So clearly that's a pretty strong sell-off there. So they reject the price at this level, okay? Sell off, and we get back up here at the pre-market open. On high volume, we start spiking up, right? But what happens? The volume starts to dwindle and you start seeing these wicks form. These wicks are basically saying we're rejecting this level and then you drop. Now, how nice is it if you wake up in the first 30 minutes of trading, you notice a double top, you get in, fucking how much money is that? Holy crap, we caught this last week and it was incredible. This was like a 240 point drop. And guys, you can call it a week. You don't even need to go back to trading after you catch a move like that, okay, guys? But like I said, I'm not going to get into risk management or when you get out of the position where, so that's up to you. But this is a very consistent pattern we've noticed lately because of the market conditions. Next example I want to get into is Shopify. Same thing with Shopify. Now, if you guys know, Shopify and Amazon kind of trade very similarly. So here's another pre-market double top. We get to this top here, right? And then pre-market, you sell off there. Look, you see that? We reject the price again. We get back up to this level and you see these wicks form. The wicks form, right? Like I said, it's telling you that we're rejecting that price level. And then you see the sharp sell-off again. Okay, so you'll notice that if you can find this pattern in one stock, you'll find it in a lot of stocks that are similarly correlated, which if you don't know many correlations, make sure you subscribe to the channel because you will learn a lot of these correlations. I just gave you one right here. Shopify and Amazon trade very similarly. Look at this chart here for Shopify and now look at for Amazon. They're very similar as in these last 3 days. You can see they look very similar, which I don't know why it opened up so weirdly. Look, watch. See, they trade very similarly, both down the last 4 days. And if you can find these correlations, you can not only take one good trade, you can take it on another chart, especially since Shopify, the contracts are going to be cheaper, so people with smaller accounts are going to be able to actually afford those contracts, whereas the Amazon contract is going to be 2,000 plus bucks. So if you got a smaller account, this could be a better trade for you than Amazon. Why? Because they're going to trade the same, but the contracts are actually going to be affordable for you. Alright guys, I know I gave you a bunch of examples already, but I want to just leave you with one more super good example. Now, I'll give you a second to look at the double top. Can you find it? Well, I'll show you right now. Now, there is actually a lot of double tops on this chart, but we're going to get into the main one I want to get into, which is the pre-market double top. Okay, take advantage of these pre-market double tops. Look at them, okay guys? So you notice in the morning, this is how we actually nailed the reversal in the market and how we knew it was going to drop those last 2 days. So pretty much you get the double top here. Now look at this wick coming out right there, and then boom. Not only is there the wick, guys, because you never want to take a trade just off of a wick, but we noticed pre-market that Tesla was selling on extremely high volume, okay? So when we know that institutions are taking out of Tesla, we know that they're going to take out of Apple as well and the other big tech stocks, and that's how we knew that the market was going to reverse, okay? So look at this, guys. This was the end of a beast. This was the end of the hype for Tesla, and all it was a double top, okay? Now, of course, it's not just a double top. It's all the circumstances and conditions that were underlying that came before this double top happened, obviously because Tesla was soaring after the 5-to-1 split and it just wasn't sustainable. So you got to add in these other factors that are all going to combine to make a good trade. So read the charts, but really add some context and make sure it all makes sense to you, okay? So guys, I hope this video helped you. I hope you actually understand how the double top works, why people actually sell on the second top, and I hope you take advantage and use it this next week of trading. Why? Because the market conditions are so good, like we went over. When we're at pretty much all-time highs, we got tons of selling pressure. People want to take profits, and by the time we get to that second top, we get some very sharp, rapid sell-offs that are extremely profitable if you time your entry right, okay? So If you liked the video, if you liked how I explain things, make sure you subscribe because we got plenty more videos like this coming. On top of that, we post daily trades before the market opens every day. Now, of course, nobody can get every single trade right, but there's going to be some great trading ideas to go off of every morning. I'm going to do a little bit of the work for you, make sure I analyze some charts for you in the morning that you can go off of. Guys, it's going to be a great week ahead of us, so let's make sure we learn and do our best to be ready for it. And guys, this is just one chart pattern, one little video that I can't just fit everything into. So make sure you subscribe for more. But on top of that, if you really want to learn all the intricacies and everything that comes with these chart patterns and how to trade, guys, I'm going to develop a guide for people who want to take their trading to the next level, who want to get better and really just do this as a living. So make sure you stick around for that. We're going to make that and it's going to really help some people out. Guys, with that being said, I'm Alexander Fibonacci, the day trading champ, and I'll see you on the next video.